I want to let you know a little secret about how much you guys really help me to keep keto top of mind. The truth is matter is that we have a lot of driving forces in us that could take us in all kinds of different directions. Today I want to talk about two of them because I think that they're instrumental in how I keep myself on track. And one of them is our desire to learn, so to be curious and seek out information. And the other one is our desire to reproduce, so to have kids, but also to make stuff and to, give, do stuff in the world and have it be available to others. And if I start with the kids part, if you think about what kind of parent that you want to be, we have those parents like what I had. The one mindset was go out there and do better than me. Their interest was my education. Their interest was me being healthy and stronger. And then you have, other parents that don't focus on those things. And well, I'm not going to talk about that today. I want to be positive. I think having parents that want you to do better than you, it pushes you to see that the world is something that you actually can not only participate in, but that you can move forward and be a driving force in. And then the question becomes, well, how do we teach our children? And we need to teach them how the world works and that they can succeed in the world. The thing that it makes me think about now is that we have teachers around us that are formal, like mom is teaching you. Your teachers in school are teaching you. But then you have teachers around you that are informal, like your friends and your family and even YouTube, right? We come to YouTube to learn things. We come to YouTube and we see ideas, and whether we want to learn it or not, we learn things, right? The things that we allow ourselves to participate in influences, that's why we're called influencers, what we then think about life, what we think about the world, and how we generally move through the world, right? One thing that I want to point out is that there's this idea floating around YouTube that we don't need school. And I just want to pause here for a second because, a lot of it is coming from the fact that there's a lot of influencers who've become really famous and wealthy without completing, some of them without completing high school, but others of them without going to college or university or whatever you guys call it, or depending on what part of the world you live in. And I want to just pause and talk about one of the most influential, I think, and famous YouTubers right now, Mr. Beast. I've watched so many interviews from him where he talks about the fact that he didn't complete college, but then goes on to talk about the fact that today he's constantly learning. Today, and not just learning about YouTube, he's constantly learning. He watches documentaries. He has people who feed him information so that he can continue to learn and investigate the topics that they feed to him. He has stated often that he loves to learn. So the way that we learn from others isn't just from sitting in a classroom and learning from a professor at the front of the room. We learn from everyone who's around us. I want us to keep that in mind, right? Because I learned from a lot of people that I never sat in a classroom with. So as we move forward in life, we want to have an impact on the world. And the goal is to leave the planet better than how we found it. For me, I want to leave my kids with the cheat codes so that they can get through life much easier, be much healthier, stronger, smarter than I am. I want them to be able to level up. In our adult world, we'd call that the user manual, right? I want to leave for all of you friends the user manual so that you can do the things that I didn't know how to do. Because it was frustrating to me that I didn't know how to do them. It took me a long time to figure them out. One thing that frustrates me is when I see friends and they're jealous of each other. They're jealous because their friend is making more money. They're jealous because their friend lost weight. And they're not interacting with them the same way that they were interacting with them before they earned the money or before they lost the weight. And my big push for everybody watching this video, rather than get jealous, can we please get the info? If your friend is willing to talk about what they did to make more money or lose the weight, listen, gather the information. One of the things that frustrates me is that when you try to tell people how you improved your life, they don't want to hear it. But then they're jealous that you've accomplished what you've. And I want us to change that. Because when we change that, what's crazy is if I share the information with you and then you actually understand, implement, and do better, then we get better together. And what's cool about that is that, for example, if we're talking about keto lifestyle, now you cook like me. And if you're cooking like me, that means we can hang out more because you'll like what I'm cooking and I'm going to like what you're cooking, and it's going to be healthy for us. And we can choose to go to restaurants more often because we're both looking at restaurants the same way. And we can problem solve together because we understand the issues in a similar fashion. So that doesn't mean that I need to have the exact same issue that you have. It's about understanding the principles, those basic principles that get us, the basic principles that help me to get my life on track. We're not about specifics foods, but the properties of foods. And if we understand that, then we can actually problem solve whatever comes up. And we can do it together because we understand each other. I can help you, and you can turn around and help me. And we do that, right? You do help me because in the comments, you're constantly helping me. And I'm thankful for you, Wellness Warrior, because every video that you watch and comment that you make, you help me know that these videos, first of all, make a difference. But it's also that making these videos for you helps me because it helps me to keep keto top of mind, keep health top of mind. And that helps me immensely. I'm so thankful that I do this with you guys. You know, my habit of eating healthy all the time was solidified by sharing with you how keto helped save my hip. It's twofold, right? Because obviously I didn't want to go back to the position where my hip was hurting. But the part of the story that I didn't know was going to happen was how by talking to you guys and learning that I wasn't, first of all, the only one had a hip issue. Lots of you have reached out and said, I had a hip issue. But the other part was realizing that some of you had other issues that I hadn't even clicked in were related to the food we're eating. And so the more and more we share, the more and more we talk, the more people say, I tried keto and solved this. I tried keto and solved that. I tried keto and my clarity of my brain. Like the more that we talk about these things, the more we realize keto does so many things, and it helps all of us because we realize that we can do it. We have kids so that they can do better than us. We mentor other people in life so that they can do better than us. And we share with our friends, hopefully, so that they can do better than us. It would be amazing to me for you guys to do better than me. That's what community is all about. It took me 46 years of pain to find keto. It took me 5 months to improve my health. And now I pass the information on to you guys because I want you to do better than me in much less time, right? Because I'm giving you everything I learned as quickly as I can, and then you go forward and you do better. I linked the video in the description, and I'm going to put on the screen with tips to lose body fat so that we can keep on sharing and keep on doing better, because that's what it's all about. This is a great community, and I'm so happy to be part of it. So thank you. On Thanksgiving Day, I'm saying thank you to everybody.